Hello, everyone. Welcome back to VCS Week 3. I'm Ghost Alice. I'm joined once again by my co-caster, Michael, as we go into our second game of the evening, which is going to be the Kings of Juhrama versus Mostly Average Gamers. And wait for it, we're playing on Icebox, baby. Michael, how excited are you?
Uh, Icebox is definitely an interesting map, and these teams definitely going to be an interesting one to watch. Kings of Drama, I believe, are 2-0, and Mostly Average Gamers are 1-1. And it'll definitely be interesting. Icebox is always a bizarre map to spectate sometimes, but can lead to some very interesting matches.
I, for one, am super excited. We've been seeing a lot of bind games recently, and this was the map pick, baby. Let's go. It's going to be interesting to see how these teams choose to adapt their rosters to this map. We do see Babbling Big Shot bringing out the Reyna, even though it was recently nerfed. So that's going to be exciting. They are going to run double Sentinels on the side of Kings of Drama. And it looks like Mostly Average Gamers still kind of finalizing their champions. Looks like they're going to be running a pretty standard team comp, though. I like the Omen choices on both sides. I think Omen is super strong in Icebox right now.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing kind of a difference in styles where Mostly Average Gamers, I think, has leaned a little bit more towards that 3 duelist style with their current roster, whereas Kings of Drama, in the last game we spectated, which I believe was week 1, we saw Drama
Choose your
King play
agent.
Brimstone, but he's probably thinking Omen's a lot better on Icebox, which I'd agree with. And we're seeing Mostly Average Gamers, like I said, go for this triple duelist, while Kings of Drama are going for this 2 Sentinel comp.
It'll be super interesting to see how Drama King can adapt to playing Omen instead of Brimstone, who I think is his main agent. Let's talk about a little bit about the PR on both teams. The Kings of Drama's roster is all gold except King Drama himself, who is their Diamond 2. Where on the side of Mostly Average Gamers, the PR is spread out a little bit more, mostly gold, silver, 1 plat, and brewski. So a much more unified PR on Mostly Average Gamers. It'll be interesting to see how exactly top heavy the Kings of Drama feel, but according to the last couple of games, every player on Kings of Drama has been really impressive so far and getting pretty high impact numbers.
Yeah, definitely. And Mostly Average Gamers are a returning team with a slightly different roster from last season, so having seen them quite a bit, they definitely are a team that's I wouldn't say top heavy, but Brewski's generally almost always been their top fragger for the team, and pretty much exclusively their top fragger in a lot of games. So
Yeah,
it's
Bruce
definitely kind of
is kind of cracked.
yeah, he's in fact quite cracked. We're seeing kind of the normal setup on Icebox so far, where we see the Sage playing Kitchen. It doesn't look like Mostly Average Gamers are playing a conventional mid player though.
Get him.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go for 2A and 2B rather, but they have 2 members in this B main. Gonna tag out the boom bot, get shot down. So now they're gonna slowly creep onto A, but Mostly Average Gamers has completely given up this A site. So if Kings of Drama want to enter there, they get the first pick on a Fragile. The wall does go out, means this A take should be pretty open to them. They do have 1 Phoenix lurking mid that they have to watch out for, but Megalymark is going to turn away and isn't gonna be ready, but he does get the first kill into Young Draken. Can't quite land the second, is Maui the Great, takes out Megalymark, making it a 4v3 retake as Kings of Drama get the plant down.
Definitely kind of an odd round where Mostly Average Gamers just walked away from A site right as Kings of Drama just kind of walked on, leaving them in a 3v4 situation where even with the Jet being low HP, it just seems like Kings of Drama are very favorable.
Brewski's gonna throw the nade out, but Drama King takes out Bropansky. It's still a 3v2, still winnable for either team, but Mostly Average Gamers is running out of time. They do get the pick onto Maui the Great, so now it's a 2v2, but SJ Beats is so low. He does get the kill on Drama King, but now it's a 1v1. Doesn't really have the time, but he does get the kill. Don't think he has enough time to get the defuse, and he's gonna walk away with his life, hopefully.
I think for Brewski just ran out of time. With maybe just like 2 more seconds, he probably has 2-3 more seconds, probably has a good chance of winning that. But unfortunately for him, runs out of time. Kings of Drama able to hold on that retake, just barely.
Yeah, a really good plan, really good execute. It was interesting that Mostly Average Gamers had rotated so heavily off of A when there was only a little bit presence mid to B. So maybe a mistake for Mostly Average Gamers, though their retake looked pretty clean. That was 2 seconds away from victory.
It looks like Mostly Average Gamers are banging out the force by the triple stinger. Now, how do you feel about the triple stinger after the nerf?
Well, they nerfed it, and as we've seen, a lot of these players don't exactly know how to spray with the gun after the nerf, because the first shot's still the same level of accuracy, but they changed the rest of the spray, and I don't think these gamers have had a lot of time to practice on it. So maybe I'll have to eat my words here, but I feel like the Spectre is a much better choice for this.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And after the nerf, it's definitely a little weaker. But we see Kings of Drama just running up mid, using the smoke, and probably gonna have a quick fight here.
Oh, but Megalimart takes out Drama King. Maui the Great does trade it out, but now it's a 4v3 as Maui the Great gets the second kill. The freaking Sheriff headshot secures the kill onto the Jet. Was it the Sage? I think it was the Sage.
And we're seeing most average gamers have the flank coming in from mid, but it just doesn't really have a big flank.
Planted.
They have the Omen flanking also from a main, but most likely they're just gonna probably want to just save here.
Yeah, mostly average gamers does have. Never mind. Battling Big Shot does take out SJBs, makes it a 4v2, makes it a really difficult retake. The Ghost versus the Sheriff, not the best gunfight. He does pick up the Stinger though. For Joel, Fragile gets the kill on the Battling Big Shot, and Brewski gets the kill on Maui the Great with his Paint Shell. So now it's a 2v2. This is really winnable. Really low HP on the Cypher.
One enemy remaining.
Brewski gets the kill with the Blast Pack.
Last player standing.
Does get taken out by Young Draken. He did tap the bomb. I don't think Fragile has enough time here. Let's him get his headshot onto Young Draken, but Young Draken takes him out with the Spectre.
And, you know, Kings of Drama, being able to win against that force buy is always really important. It leaves most average gamers in kind of an awkward position where their money just isn't quite good enough to buy.
Yeah, they almost lost the force. Well, actually, rather, they did. Most average gamers did lose their force buy, so now they're going to be on a broken by themselves. Luckily, Kings of Drama is on a bonus. So it'll be interesting to see. It looks like we have a technical pause here. One of the players did DC, so I think they're coming back in right now. Yeah, Fragile had been having some internet problems in our pregame lobby. That's why we took a little bit longer to start up than normal, but hopefully we get him back in here soon and we can continue with this game. Wait, Michael, during this pause, we have time to talk about the Stinger buy. We still see these Stinger buys coming out from both teams, and I don't know how I feel about that. What's your take on this?
I haven't been able to test it all yet, but from what I've heard from a couple people, is the Stinger seems pretty bad, honestly. And, you know, it might still be useful, but with all the nerfs to it, the sprays and stuff like that, I feel like it probably isn't much better, especially because I think the Frenzies was already just straight up better purchase on the force buy rounds. And I think a lot of teams are probably going to start realizing that as the season goes on, that the Stinger just isn't quite good enough. But we'll see. It might still be good, but just based on what I've heard, it's probably not as good at doing the one, like, I don't know, cheap tactic that the Stinger had of just 5-man rushing.
Yeah, especially because I felt like the Stinger was so strong, even against opponents who had Vandal heavy armor. I can recount many a time where I got double a headshot by a Stinger. What I had felt was a little too far away for my comfort to lose my Vandal too.
Well, Alt on Site's definitely the definitely a Stinger.
Can you hear me?
A Stinger team per se.
Yeah.
And unfortunately.
Oh man, now y'all can hear us. Fuck.
I think with the Stinger nerfs, it's probably,
Okay,
like I said,
hold on.
probably not good enough, but I would expect to see teams that have enough money to force buy with Spectres to probably lean towards the Spectres, and if not, maybe just going for that Frenzy, which even after the small cross nerf is probably still just a straight up better gun.
Yeah, the Frenzy nerf wasn't that bad at all. The only thing it really impacted was these early game pistol rounds where now character agents have to choose between light shields and a Frenzy where they used to be able to get both. It's also kind of a shadow nerf to Omen if you think about it as an Omen main, because his Paranoia costs 400 credits. So that means you used to be able to buy a Frenzy and Paranoia, but now you can't buy a pistol and your Paranoia. So a lot of people are going for light shields now, which feels really bad when you're used to being so blessed to be able to play with the Frenzy.
It's definitely a pretty big nerf to a couple characters. I think Omen was also a character that really didn't mind going no util on pistol rounds. For characters like Sage, it's just, you know, losing a slower because you probably are going to take the Frenzy in the wall if you want to go that way. So for a couple of characters, I can definitely see that Frenzy nerf being a lot more impactful than for others.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting we don't see any marshals coming out after the buff, especially on a map like Icebox where it's so many long angles on so many different of these sites. None of the defenders have picked up a marshal. That might change once we get out of this pause and the buy phase is able to continue. It looks like 2 players on the side of mostly average gamers didn't actually get to finish their buy before the pause went out.
For Joel, might have, I think was using the Marshal on the last round, so might pick that up again. I think the Marshall just isn't quite good. Maybe I don't know the best way to explain. Like I don't know. I feel like the Marshall just isn't very popular compared to the weapon that it kind of replicated of the Scout in CS:GO.
Right. I guess that makes sense. Especially, I mean, to be fair, not a lot of players were going to be practicing the Marshall when you had a cheaper gun in the Stinger that was just better in 9 times out of 10 scenarios, right? Like, it made much more sense to just go the Stinger. But I'm actually a little worried that most of the average gamers buy right now. Because if they try to force again and they lose, that means Kings of Drama is going to have a full gun round next round. And most of the average gamers is going to have to do some type of half buy or save again. So I kind of hope they don't force, or at least if they do this late buy, they have enough to buy next, because I'm getting a little worried about their economy here. I don't know if putting all their eggs in this forced basket is going to be worthwhile for them.
And I think we are seeing them. Yeah, they're dropping their buy down. They're just trying to keep around that 1,500 to 2,000 with the exception of SJ Beats. And here we have the round starting. Kings of Drama immediately getting B main control, and there's only one person on this B site.
Yeah, Bropansky has kind of an off angle here. Gets a headshot into Drama King, but does get taken out by the Sheriff. Now Great follows that up with another Sheriff kill, making it a 5v3, and Kings of Drama are just gonna have complete control of this B bomb site. They're taking it super quickly. We just had a Marshall buy actually did come out for a Fragile, like I had mentioned on this defender side, so let's see if he can do anything with it as he pushes on to this B retake.
It should be a pretty simple round for Kings of Drama. Obviously just don't want to give up any big mistake kills. And it's obviously a very difficult site to retake.
There we go, Fragile putting the Marshall scoping into action. The first kill on the board for the defending side. And Mark makes that 2, so it's now a 3v3, a much more possible retake, especially because the gun difference isn't all that dramatic. Mark making his way onto site. Fragile, they're running out of time as Odd Thomas takes Risky out. Battling Big Shot follows that up with Mark, and now it's just Fragile and his Marshall. Not a lot he can do here. The Lear does come out from Reyna, and he's just gonna run out of time.
And honestly, if I'm Fragile, I might consider just dying to the bomb just to make sure you get money. And I think that's what he does.
Yeah. Really huge for their economy. You definitely want money there. You want to be able to match the gun round. I think they have it. I think they have the match the gun round. So that's going to be super important.
Yeah, SJ Beats a little bit low on money, not going to have any util, but still going to be able to bring out that full armor and rifle. The rest of them all have plenty of money. Fragile might be considering an op here, sitting on that 5,200. Will be the glass cannon op, so the no armor op. But I think deciding on the rifle.
Continue to overwhelm.
Yeah, it's always a really big gamble to go no armor with the operator, especially with a super high price point, because if you get, phantom headshots across the map, you're going to be pretty unhappy about it.
And battling Big Shot, getting dinked through a wall here, gonna get Sage Shield, but definitely a little frustrating, and not having armor for the round is definitely
yeah, and Kings of Drama isn't actually even on a full rifle round. They're gonna have Maui just use his knives with the Sheriff, and 2 of their players are still bonusing the Spectre, so they're feeling pretty comfortable in terms of the economy here.
And we see Fragile right here, ready to both.
Oh, despite having the gun advantage on the stage, their Fragile does not get the headshot onto the stage or the Omen, so Drama King gets another pick to open up the side, and they're gonna walk onto A site. The Omen ultimate not getting used as SJ Beats does get the kill on battling Big Shot. There we go. Drama King really far away from their spawn. Mark's run it back does get taken out by Jet Knives, so it's now a 4v3 as Drama King gets 3 from the back with the Omen ultimate. He now has a 4K. And if you're SJ Beats, don't want to give him the ace, but he does. The first ace of the match going over to Drama King. What a beautiful Omen ultimate.
Just an incredible Omen for the positioning, and then just some incredible one-taps. I've personally been in that exact position where Drama King was. It just whipped it completely. So definitely really nice shots out of him.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit about how Drama King feels more comfortable in Brimstone, but his Omen is looking so clean. I was a little worried when he ulted into their spawn. There were so many of mostly average gamers walking up into that A heaven, but he ulted safe enough away that they probably didn't even think it was spawn.
If I'm mostly average gamers there, I probably would think it's somewhere completely different if you don't hear it immediately, but looks like Kings of Drama are just immediately pushing towards A, and Mark probably going to get picked off.
Oh, gets some damage onto Young Draken, but can't exactly land the kill. So now it's a 5v4 again, opening up on this T side. Young Draken walking onto site. Maui the Great did dash in. They don't have Heaven control. The Marshal in the hands of Fragile. Not gonna quite get a pick onto the enemy jet. Juhrama King gets the first pick onto Propansky. Gonna TP down to safety. See if he can catch the second one CT. It's gonna be a really difficult retake for Mag here. Their Omen is so far away and you think he might run into the Reyna's crosshairs. Battling Big Shot gets another frag. 5v2 retake. Not a whole lot Mag can do here. They have worse guns. Gets one body shot onto the jet. He can't quite land the other, but then he does so Fragile. Another kill, but Odd Thomas is gonna trade him out. And 5 rounds in a row on this T side going the way of the Kings of Juhrama.
I think Icebox is a tad offense-sided, but just in general, it's obviously really, really hard if you're mostly average gamers to be looking at this and losing these rounds, and you know, going down 5-0 is always really, really brutal.
Yeah, especially just in terms of the mental, like not being able to get any momentum in this game so far is gonna feel really bad. So you want to see, if I'm mostly average gamers right now, I want to try something different. You see that they're triple stacking A, but it looks like they're gonna gamble incorrectly, and I'm worried that SJ Beats might get kicked off here as the whole entirety of the Kings of Juhrama are pushing up this B main.
It could definitely be an instant pick, maybe one way or the other, but
Paranoia comes out.
He's able to get out. Nope, gets one tap and dead by Young Draken, and while Bropansky's here on the Sage, it's most likely going to be a very good round for Juhrama again.
Oh, King Juhrama has his ultimate again. Bropansky has an idea of where he's going, but Young Draken takes out Fragile, so now it's a 5v3, but Bropansky gets a trade back.
Spike planted.
4v3. Juhrama King gets the kill on a Megly mark on another Omen ultimate and kills. Now it's a 3v2. Bropansky might find him here, but does not turn around. Juhrama King gets another kill, making it a 3v1. Brewski, raise nade in hand. Not a whole lot he can do here.
And Brewski's definitely made magic clutches happen in a couple of their matches so far, but 1v3 on the site, they know where he is. Most likely just gonna save.
Unless King Juhrama finds him, and that's a 3k. Off the back of that Omen ultimate, a beautiful round again from Kings of Juhrama. And this is a really hard half for mostly average gamers, especially because they don't have the only sentinel they have, right, is Sage, but they can't even like stay alive long enough on these bomb sites to be like slowing down the push.
Yeah, and Sage, unfortunately, on this map isn't very good at slowing down the bomb sites. Generally kind of just a cheese character to completely deny 2. And while it's really strong, it also is kind of a non-conventional sentinel in that it doesn't really, slow down these site takes, and unfortunately, that's what mostly average gamers really need right now.
Yeah, another save round coming out of the side of mostly average gamers. Hopefully they're playing some closer angles, able to get some guns out of the hands, and Fragile does get the pick onto Juhrama King. Young Draken responds by killing their Omen, but now it's a 4v4. Sage Wall does come out. They haven't quite gotten the plant down, but Cypher's looking to do that now. Megly Mark has the Bulldog and the run it back. Let's see if he does anything with it. Battling Big Shot takes out Bropansky, making it a 4v3. I think he's waiting for his teammates to get the flank off, but Maui the Great shuts down Fragile, so now it's 2v4. Make that a 4v1 as Megly Mark and the Bulldog the only chance Mag has left for this round.
And it looks like he's gonna have a quick fight. It's probably maybe a timing peek.
Did flash Battling Big Shot and get the kill, so got a couple guns out of the hands of the Kings of Juhrama, but unfortunately for Mag, it's not going to really dent their economy. You see multiple players having 9,000 credits already on the Kings of Juhrama.
They look really good. As I think we, having watched them in their week 1 game, I can't remember who that was against, but very similarly, they're executing extremely well on the sites, and using their util really well, fighting very well for map control. And they just look really good taking these sites on offense.
Yeah, the King Juhrama himself plays a really scary lurking role. He's not often the first one onto the site because they do have the entries to do that for him, but he's just so good at lurking and getting these kills, and his aim is always ringing true, so hopefully they can continue this if you're a Kings of Juhrama fan pushing in here. The Paranoid's gonna come out, gonna counter the run it back flash. Doesn't find quite anyone, gets taken out by Omen sitting on top of the tube. A really interesting split on both sides here. Juhrama King holding top boiler, but no one's gonna peek him. SJ Beats looks like they ulted.
Yeah, I think they ulted into the offense's spawn, but I think it was canceled for some reason or another. Meglimar kind of knows where Drama King is, but
Doesn't quite find him, and now it looks like Juhrama are gonna push themselves onto this A site. Brewski throwing out the showstopper, satcheled in, doesn't find anything for his trouble, but Brokanski does get the opening pick onto Babbling Big Shot, making it a 5v4. Drama King quickly trades it back, 4v4. Bomb still hasn't gone down yet. There's 30 seconds, but SJB gets the lurker himself, and now it's a 4v3, and this is really winnable for Mag here, especially if SJBs can catch the rotate. Gets one, doesn't find the other, but now it's a 3v2, and it's super winnable for Mag here unless Kings of Drama can pull something off.
And Young Dragon getting the bomb down with this wall is probably going to be broken, but with bomb down, with the Cypher, with the Sage, they have pretty okay ability to slow this round down, and with a little bit of map control, we'll see if Kings of Drama are able to equalize this into a 2v2.
Now Brewski just gonna miss. Meglimar gets the pick onto Young Dragon, so now it's a 3v1 on Thomas. Not a whole lot he can do here. Gets taken out by Brewski, and this is the first round win going to Mostly Average Gamers.
Yeah, you know, obviously that feels really good, getting your first round on the board, and they're probably saying something along the lines of, hey, let's get you know, if we can win like 3 more rounds, 4 more rounds, you know, get this to a 4-8 or a 5-7 half, you don't feel so bad. But if I'm Kings of Drama, I'm also thinking, you know, giving up a round here, you just have to win the next one, and you know, you're sailing to probably a 13-1 or 13-2.
Yeah, even if they lose the next round, they still have enough money to buy and then some. So if you're Kings of Drama, you're not too stressed about this singular match loss. But Mostly Average Gamers, this could be a starting point for them to kind of turn this game around. You're right. If they get 4 more rounds here, they make this a 5-7 half. That's nothing bad at all. Like, I would take that any day of the week.
It looks like they should hopefully be sussing that this is just an A push with the smoke coming down. Unfortunately, I don't think a very good smoke unless there's something I'm missing about that. But looks like Mostly Average Gamers do kind of know. They're kind of slow to rotate.
Yeah, Meglimar throws out the counter flash, but is gonna get Reyna leered and gets taken out by Babbling Big Shot. Fragile though with the off does trade it out, and Brokanski gets the second one. Young Dragon reses Babbling Big Shot, making it a 4v3, and Young Dragon gets the kill into Fragile, takes out the operator. Drama King himself gets a kill, so now it's a 4v2 retake for the defense, and the Omen ultimate coming out again. Deep into spawn, gets tagged out. Holding CT, but gets taken out by Brewski. Young Dragon does trade his life, and now it's a 3v1 for SJB. He does have Paranoia. Couldn't quite land the shots on Babbling Thomas. Did get Babbling Big Shot, rather. Got tagged by the camera, taken out by Babbling Big Shot.
There's that execution out of the Kings where, you know, they just execute well on the site. They take really, really good site control. And that's what I really like to see out of their team, where, and, you know, a lot of their things that, you know, we could use on our own games. But what they're doing really well is, you know, they're using their smokes, they're getting onto site very well, they're trading extremely well.
Yeah, it makes me almost wish, if I'm Mag here, I wish I had a character like a Sova or a Sky here. I feel like they're getting so little info on where these pushes are coming from until it's too late. Their rotates have been kind of slow, and they haven't been trading out any kills when they attack their bomb site, so Mag needs to set things up differently here, but Drama King gets another kill into Fragile, making it a 5v4, gets his second up into Tube as he has complete control of mid now. Brokanski is down. Young Dragon takes out SJB. It's now a 2v5, and the bomb hasn't even gone down yet. Brewski does get a kill in Babbling Big Shot, so a pretty good position to get the second one here unless Cypher peeks him when he turns away. So now it's a 4v1 for Meglimar.
Another round where King
planted.
Drama just gets some incredible kills in mid, and it kind of all just falls apart for them after that.
Woof, Meglimar gets the first kill on Dragon. This is winnable. We've seen a 3v1 happen before, but Meglimar's gonna have to do something pretty quickly here unless he decides to save. Dark cover coming out.
If I'm Meglimar here, I'm thinking, you know, if you save, you know, you have the gun for the next round, which is obviously very good, but you know, you also do have to consider, you know, if you have an opportunity to go for it, you are down one, you know, going to one to be down 1-9 when you save, and that definitely should be factored into your, you know, decision here. It's if you can buy next round, maybe it is worth buying or going for it still.
Yeah, it looks like Meglimar doesn't quite get the kill onto Odd Thomas, but I don't know if he'll lose his life for it. Odd Thomas dies to the bomb though, and kind of annoying if you're Odd Thomas there, but again, he has 9k. He's not too worried about buying himself another gun.
And unfortunately for most average gamers, they really don't have the money for a full buy in this round, and the Kings of Drama probably have a really, really good shot to go 11-1 here, because it looks like most average gamers is buying again, and, you know, they probably won't have a proper buy for the rest of the half.
Yeah,
I'll go you,
if I'm
bro.
mostly average gamers, if I'm gonna go Stinger Rush, if I'm gonna try to make this force buy work, I want to see them do something aggressive. They're playing like they're very afraid, which makes sense considering they are down 8 rounds, but they need to do something more aggressive. There we go, Fragile gets the first kill onto Maui to Great. Drama King does get the kill onto Brewski. It is a 4v4, but I really want to see Mag do something, and they need to catch this rotate. 2 other members are still on their B site when they know at least 3 members of Kings of Drama are already here. This Reyna lurking is just holding off all of the rotations from Mag right now. Drama King gets Megly Mark, Medley Big Shot opts SJB, so now it's a 2v4 retake. Jet is on site, but Bropansky's so far behind. Fragile gets the kill though, makes the plant not go down. It's now a 3v2. This is winnable for Mag.
And it's kind of a weird situation where, oh, Fragile with the flank on Drama King is very winnable for Mag.
Here. One enemy remaining.
Bropansky has to kill on Thomas, so now it's a 2v1. Bropansky has the res, gets off by Babbling Big Shot. The Fragile here just has to not get hit by the op shot, but the 3k from Babbling Big Shot. And that is so devastating if you're Mag. If you could have won that on the force buy, you would have been feeling pretty good, but Babbling Big Shot just clutches up 3k on the operators. What do you do here if you're Mag?
Personally, cry. But if you're Mag, you probably just, I don't know, you have to come into this round with the mentality of like, okay, maybe we can get around here, maybe we can push for a comeback in the next half. Their best option is either, you know, their attempts at aggression have failed, and they really haven't been able to turtle on site because they don't really have any great sentinels. And
I love the try by Fragile, but does get taken out by Odd Thomas. And that's what you want to see Mag doing, is making these like aggressive plays, trying to get a pick, trying to change something up, but it doesn't quite work out for Fragile. Now the operator's in the position to get another pick here. The radar leader does come out. Showstopper goes down, but Maui the Great catches the raise mid-ult animation, and now it's a 5v3. Running back comes out, not sure exactly what he's gonna find. Bropansky gets 1. Can he make it 2 onto the enemy Young Dragon? It's now a 3v3 winnable for Mag here to start making their comeback.
I know exactly where you are.
3 kills from Bropansky with the Bulldog. It's now a 3v2, and bomb is down. Drama King is on this lurk, but it's going to be quite difficult for them to get the bomb. Now he did great. Knives out. Doesn't quite land the kill. Does it, as I say it. 3 kills with the knives from Maui the Great. It's now a 2v1. Gonna be pretty difficult for Megly Mark here. Gets taken out by Drama King, and Michael, I'm sad.
yeah, it's been a lot of heartbreak rounds from Mag, where, you know, they get into these situations, you know, a lot of those rounds that they lost, they were up a man, and one of the Kings just gets a multi-kill and turns it in from, you know, maybe a 2v3 to a 2v1, and suddenly all these rounds that they have really good opportunities have slipped away.
Yeah, it's so devastating, especially when they're up the man advantage and they somehow aren't able to play together. They're not playing off their teammates. They're taking these 1v1s and they're not winning the gunfight. So maybe they can turn it around on offense. This map is a little T-sided, especially how the pros have been playing it in VCT recently, getting a lot of these fast and hard executes onto this A side. So maybe Mag can mimic some success here and try to get some rounds on the board, get some points for the season.
Yeah, definitely. And looks like it's going to be that quick A rush, but unfortunately for Mag, it looks like the Sage is looking for a mid flank already, and they're going to walk into 2 people already set up on A side. They're probably going to sniff this out very quickly. The Jet and the Cypher are already rotating over the Jet through the flank, and for Mag, you're already in a pretty bad spot because how long it's taken to, you know, make this execute happen. You're already getting flanked.
Yeah, the map control out of Kings of Drama here has been so good, and the trigger discipline on Young Draken. He sees 3 members of the enemy team, 4 members, and he's gonna get 1 kill onto SJBs. On Thomas gets Bropansky, Brewski does get a trade, so it's now a 3v3 winnable for either team. Megly Mark has hot hands, throws it on the ground, but gets headshot by Maui the Great. It's now a 2v2. Bomb still's not down. Gets some damage onto Maui there, about half HP, but their Cypher is really low on the side of Mag.
Yeah, both teams have players with missing HP, and we'll see what they're able to do. Mag obviously really, you know, just should have to win the round. But with low HPs for the Kings, they're kind of crunched in, but they do have
30
a
seconds
fairly
left.
good opportunity to win
Last
this
player
round.
standing.
Oh, and Thomas takes out
I have the
Fragile. It's now a 2v1 for Brewski to try to get some control of this halfback. See what he can do here. Gets spotted out. Doesn't quite land the kill. Brewski trying to hold for the second player. It is a 2v1. Tries to fake the plant. I don't know if the sound
10
actually
seconds
came
left.
down.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
the kill onto Odd Thomas. It's now winnable, but only has 5 seconds. He has to get the plant down. If you're Kings, you want to rush him here. But he does land the plant. Now it's going to be a gun battle. HP advantage onto Brewski. Expect him to win this. He just has to play with the bomb. He has this.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing Maui walk up, go towards the right side of sight. Looks like Brewski and him are about to run into each other, and Brewski just barely missing the shot.
Brewski, no! Maui de Great lives with a 4 HP and plenty of time to defuse the bomb, and that's gonna put us on match point for the Kings of Juhrama, and that is so heartbreaking, Michael. I'm so sad.
Yeah, it's just these heartbreaker rounds are, as their name implies, just absolutely crushing. And if I'm Brewski there, I'm, maybe not upset, but more
Sad.
just absolutely crushed. Just absolutely disappointed with myself because he probably knew that he was low HP too.
Yeah, he knew he could win that, and it's just, you have to think how rough your mental is when you are down 10 or 11 rounds and you know that you have to clutch up. The pressure can be kind of insurmountable, and it looks like Mag is just kind of crumbling. Luckily, they do have a force buy. They have the Stingers and the Marshall. Don't want to see them get picked out here. I want to see them make an aggressive play. They need to be very cognizant of the flanks that Kings of Juhrama are going to be bringing out. Kings of Juhrama have been playing aggressively all this game. It's not going to change just because they're on defense.
Yeah, and it looks like Fragile was kind of waiting for this. He's gonna see this. Missed the shot, unfortunately.
Doesn't quite get the flick, and Drama King takes out Fragile. It's now a 5v4, but Mag has the opportunity to get onto this bomb site. The one tap doesn't quite kill him. 145 from Megley Mark. The curveball goes out to clear the angle, but Drama King is on the flank behind. Some idea that he's there. Gets one, reloads, and doesn't get punished for it. It's now a 5v2. Make that a 5v0. It was a flawless round. It's gonna seal this out for
Defenders
Kings of
win.
Juhrama, and that was a rough one to watch, Michael.
Yeah, that was one of those matches where Mag just never got anything going, and they got that one round, but it honestly felt more brutal than a 13-1, and honestly probably should have been a 13-0.
You have to think, if you're Mag, there were so many rounds where they had the man advantage or the gun advantage or the health advantage, and they just couldn't clutch it up, and you can only lose so many of those before your mental is kind of destroyed.
Yeah, I think, maybe after, they were down 5-0 or so, I mean, you're already pretty mentally crushed, and making those comebacks happen is, I'm sure both of us have been in situations where we've made a comeback like that happen. I know Ult on Site has had a comeback in a similar situation before, but it is extremely difficult, it's exhausting, and, once you're down so many rounds, it's not just that you're losing and getting crushed. It's, you might be arguing in the team about what to do, or, anything like that. And it can just really compound into what we just saw, where, all those situations where even when they had the man advantage, they just let those rounds slip away.
Yeah, it's equally devastating when you think that this was Mag's map pick. They had a choice between Bind and Icebox, and they did choose Icebox, but it just looks like the Kings had a much better idea of how to play the map. I wish we could have seen them develop it more. I honestly wish Kings of Drama were on the defensive side, because I think a really effective way of playing Icebox's defense, especially if you don't have a Sova, is to push out of your site and get those flanks going through mid or the opposite bomb site. Because if you can figure out where they're not, that probably will tell you where they are. Icebox is a huge map, and mid control is super important. So the flanks that we saw coming out of the Kings was super effective, and I'm really sad we didn't get to see that from Mag.
Yeah, Mag just, I feel like they almost played like they were running a double Sentinel comp, but they were running they were running like the, I don't know, half Sentinel comp that is
triple
a Sage comp.
duelist. Yeah,
Triple
and
duelist, but they kind of just turtled on sites, and there wasn't much, they didn't really fight aggressively in mid. And, personally in Icebox, if you're running triple duelist, which I think is a very viable strategy, you do need to fight aggressively somewhere.
Yeah, and it looks like we actually have an interview with Drama King himself going 21-8 in this 13-1 Icebox game. Feeling probably pretty good, so I'd love to get him in here so we can ask him some questions.
Definitely.
Hello, hello, guys. I'm here joined with King Drama himself. How are you feeling after that 13-1 victory?
Pretty content with their performance. Um, I didn't expect to win by that much, but I was very confident going into our matchup.
Yeah, how much has your team really practiced on Icebox? A lot of teams, it's one of their first bans. I noticed that you guys didn't ban it even though you had the opportunity to. So how did you feel, like how comfortable did you feel going into this Icebox match?
Honestly, we've done a lot of trial and error on that map. We know it's a tough map, and we're not trying to stray away from a challenge. So we had very many different iterations of our comp. We had a point where we were playing Breach and Killjoy, and it just wasn't working. So we changed it up a little bit, and that was our team comp there, and it seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah, I would say it did work out pretty well. I noticed that you switched to the Omen when we've seen a lot of Brimstone coming out of you. Why Omen on Icebox? I think there's some ideas that are self-evident, but I'd like to hear your take on why Omen and how does it feel switching between the two controllers?
Uh, well, Icebox is a much larger map than most maps, and even though Brimstone did get his buff, I think it's still a little bit too large. And because Icebox is either usually very rush heavy or very slow play, I feel like Omen is good because his smokes can regenerate. Um, we tried to get other people to play Omen on my team, it just wasn't working out. So we figured that I'd be the best person to take the role there.
Yeah, I mean, as an Omen main myself, you had some beautiful Omen ultimates on that game, the 4K and the 3K, and that was just off the top of my head. I think you got 3 or 4 ultimates out on the first half of the game. It was just exceptional. That's not a question. I was just very impressed with that flank. So
Uh,
how Mhm. Would you like to say anything about that?
yeah, I actually got an ace. I don't know if I was
Oh,
able to.
true. You did get an ace. This is a good point. That was
I'm
it
not
round
trying
three?
to. I'm
Was
not
it
trying to.
round
But
You just gotta make sure you throw that one out there in case anyone's
True.
wondering.
Just in case we missed the ace. That's a great point. It was so beautiful. And how you guys are undefeated now, right? After that third win in a row. How are you guys feeling about the rest of the season? Are you guys feeling pretty confident?
Yeah, I think after our first couple round our matches in the season, we're a little bit wavy on the whole team, playing together as a team and all that stuff. But I feel like with our practice is going very well, and us meshing very well as a team, um, we're able to really lock down what we want to do. And the team is very vocal with each other. And if something's not working, we talk about it and we switch it up. And um, we know that this tournament is because there's a cap on the skill of your team. The only thing that's going to really win you games is teamwork, and
Yeah.
that's what we've very well been focusing on, and it's turning out very well. We're pretty confident going for the rest of the season. We're just really looking forward to playing Air Zebra and Baka Goy. Is it Baka Goy or
Yeah, Bakugo.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a little bit in our last interview. We were talking to one of the lower elo players on their team, which was pretty top heavy. They had a couple of diamond players. So you actually being the highest rated member of your team, how do you feel like your role is with your players who you know are lower elo but are looking to improve? Like, how does that relationship work?
What's great about our team is that our team we all have our strengths, and that's why I picked everyone on our team. Yeah, maybe we only have one diamond, but where one person lacks, the other person's going to pick it up. I feel like I have overall better skill on everything with communication and shot and everything like that. So I felt like me being just in control of IGL and making the calls and not having to focus on carrying is was very important to our team, and I could just trust everyone else to frag out or hold down a site. So our team is very versatile in their own areas, which is I think is why we're pretty successful.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for this interview. Is there anything else you'd like to say to anyone watching, any of the viewers or your teammates?
Um, Good luck, everyone else. It's going to be tough when you play us.
I can confirm as A5 got kind of destroyed, but we're going to get you next time. You better watch out.
I'm ready.
Well, thank you so much for the interview and congratulations once again to the Kings of Juhrama going 13-1 on Icebox. And thanks everyone for tuning into week 3 BCS. We look forward to seeing you guys either later this week or next week.